The new film, The Long Walk, based on the Stephen King 1979 novel of the same name, is being released this September by Lionsgate. This film is about a group of men who participate in a dystopian game where you have to walk at least 3 miles per hour or, well, die. The last remaining walker is crowned the winner. Now, I've never read the book, so I don't really know what the prize is if you're the winner. What's fascinating about this film is there's going to be a screening in Los Angeles where the audience is going to be put on treadmills, and if they don't continuously walk over 3 miles per hour, they're booted out of the screening. Now, at first, this sounds like a silly gimmick, but I actually like the idea of an immersive theater experience. And I think theaters would be smart to follow this trend. With the rise of streaming since the COVID era and so many people choosing to stay home instead of going out to the theaters, this would be a good way for theaters to entice people back into something that is more of an experience than just going to see a film. If you go to places like Disney World, for example, they have these theaters where, say on screen, they're showing something like a cinnamon roll. In the theater, they spray these little puffs of smoke into the air that smell like cinnamon, and it gets your mouth watering. It really puts you in the experience. Now, imagine something like that with, say, a zombie film where you could smell the rotten decay and the blood in the air, or something along those lines. It could really take the theater experience to the next level, sort of blurring the lines between amusement park and movie theater. Or to follow that a little bit further, imagine a giant monster movie, and the audience is in these little sort of roller coaster carts where every time the monster stomps, the whole theater shakes. Maybe if somebody's falling off a building, you get sort of a roller coaster dive. I mean, the possibilities are truly endless. Now, the downside to this, of course, is that it would be extremely expensive for theaters to do this, and it kind of has to go on a movie by movie basis, and to set up, a whole theater full of treadmills for a film, that's not going to work for the next movie that comes along. So they have to kind of reinvent these experiences pretty often. I'm sure they could come up with a few baseline things like smells, the ability to kind of move the audience's chair. Things like that could be permanent staples of the theater experience, but on a case-by-case basis to do individual things for individual movies would get really expensive. But if theaters can find a way to create unique experiences without breaking the bank, it could be the thing that really saves theaters going forward and brings people back. But what do you guys think about these screening gimmicks? What else would you guys like to see film studios and theaters do to create new film-going experiences? Let us know in the comments below, and let's discuss it.